Hey Riddlers, welcome back to Riddle Revolution. How good is your general knowledge? Take this sports question quiz to find out. Let's go! Who is known as the king of football? Which sport uses a puck? Who holds the record for the most home runs in MLB history? In which sport might you do a Fosbury flop? Who is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history? What color card in soccer means a player must leave the game? Who won the most Grand Slam titles in tennis? In which sport would you find a scrum? Who is known as the sprint king in athletics? Which sport is played on the largest pitch? Who is known as the Gio-8 in gymnastics? Which sport uses a shuttlecock? Who holds the record for the most goals in a single World Cup tournament? In which sport might you perform a salchow? Who is the all-time leading scorer in NHL history? What color jersey is worn by the leader in the Tour de France? Who won the most Olympic medals in swimming? In which sport would you find a coxswain? Who is known as the lightning bolt in athletics? Which sport is played on the smallest pitch? Who is known as the Queen of Track and Field? Which sport uses a mallet? Who holds the record for the most touchdowns in NFL history? In which sport might you do a pike? Who is the all-time leading scorer in FIFA World Cup history? What color flag in football means a player is offside? Who won the most Olympic medals in gymnastics? In which sport would you find a ruck? Who is known as the flying Finn in athletics? Which sport is played on the largest court? Who is known as the Iron Lady in swimming? Which sport uses a slyatar? Who holds the record for the most goals in NHL history? In which sport might you perform a double axel? Who is the all-time leading scorer in Premier League history? What color jersey is worn by the Mountains classification leader in the Tour de France? Who won the most Olympic medals in athletics? In which sport would you find a silly point? Who is known as the phenomenon in football? Which sport is played on the smallest field? Who is known as the Black Pearl in football? Which sport uses a quaffle? Who holds the record for the most touchdowns in a single NFL season? Who is the all-time leading scorer in Women's World Cup history? What color card in football means a player has been warned? Who won the most Olympic medals in figure skating? In which sport would you find a leg bye? Who is known as the pocket rocket man in cycling? Which sport is played on the largest rink? Who is known as the golden bear in golf? Which sport uses a dimpled ball? Who holds the record for the most world championships in Formula One? In which sport might you perform a somersault? Who is the all-time leading scorer in women's NBA history? What color jersey is worn by the points classification leader in the Tour de France? Who won the most Olympic medals in skiing? In which sport would you find a silly mid-on? Who is known as the Rocket in snooker? Who is known as the Black Mamba in basketball? Which sport uses a cross? Who holds the record for the most touchdowns in a single NFL game? Who won the most Olympic medals in snowboarding? In which sport would you find a leg glance? Who is known as the cannibal in cycling? Which sport is played on the largest field?